If you live in a Scandinavian country like Norway, you often get a front row seat to the famous Northern Lights. But while that dazzling sight has a scientific explanation, we found some other lights in the Norwegian skies, and they're leaving us with many more questions than answers. For more than 30 years, computer science professor UnXplained has been traveling the Hesdalen Valley in his native Norway, spending countless hours investigating a mystery that no one can explain. It's a phenomenon so rare that not many have ever captured it on film. But when it happens, Erling's camera and tripod have been there to record these eerie images. One of Erling's videos, taken on December 4th, 1999, shows a pulsating, flickering light that appears above the horizon. Another video shows what appears to be a single mysterious pulsating light. When we zoom in, the shape, size, and intensity seem to be fluctuating as these lights travel high above the mountains.
There was no natural thing which could make these lights. I found that very little scientific information existed.
Close-up photographs reveal what appears to be an amorphous, gas-like substance. But what are they? The lights have been observed since the 1930s. But investigative journalist MJ Benaya says it was the period between December 1981 to mid-1984 when the scientific world really took notice.
What makes Hesdalen very interesting is we don't know if this is some sort of naturally occurring phenomena. We don't know if this is a man-made phenomena. And we also don't know if this could have some sort of otherworldly answer.
While sightings of the lights are not as frequent as they once were, this has not stopped ufologists from believing that the lights are signs of extraterrestrial activity.
Some people believe that due to mineral deposits or the location of a specific mountain or valley, that UFOs are drawn to it, or that valleys and mountains play host to sort of underground bases for UFO pilots.
But researchers have recently come up with a more earthly explanation. The unusual lights may be caused by a natural battery buried deep underground, created by metallic minerals reacting with sulfur in the river running between them.
The area itself is very rich in minerals. For a very long time, mining operations have existed in the area, predominantly for minerals like copper and zinc, and these lights could be somehow connected to the mining operations that occur in the valley.
Researchers are so determined to figure out this phenomenon that in 1998, a permanent station called the Blue Box began monitoring the valley with a magnetometer, 2 black and white cameras, and 1 color camera. Clearly something strange is going on there. But what? We asked our experts to weigh in. Physics professor Matthew Shadaga says that since teams of scientists have been studying this phenomenon for decades, they've had plenty of time to eliminate several of the more mundane explanations.
We've already ruled out car, airplane, helicopter, because those objects don't fit the description of these lights, which have different behaviors, blinking on and off, changing shape, changing color.
While Shadaga says that the natural battery theory makes sense, it's still just a theory.
The natural minerals in the area may develop positive and negative charges naturally, like in your everyday battery. So if you have a strong enough electric field, you might end up with what look like lights in the sky. The downside of the natural battery theory is these minerals are not necessarily next to each other. They're separated by the river in the area.
Astronomer and video effects designer Mark D'Antonio says another leading theory is that the lights are literally generated by the Earth.
The theory is that the lights are generated by some type of electrical energy coupled with some magnetic influences that ends up becoming visible in the air as naturally caused lights. In the same way that you scruff your feet on a carpet and touch something metal and you see a little spark between your finger and that metal thing, that might be able to occur on a larger scale. But I think that we're lacking information to say definitively what they are. So we don't know for sure exactly what we're seeing here. But it is a rather compelling video nonetheless.
Our verdict? We're calling this an unexplained phenomenon. While the theory that the geology of Norway is causing the Hesdalen lights is compelling, it is still only a theory. And it begets the question, why don't we see this battery effect around other similar geological areas? One thing is certain, more research is needed. And if you want to head to Norway to do it, they'll leave the lights on for you.